Welcome back. Capitals win a Stanley Cup. Back in 2012, Sam Garcetti, who is a friend of ours, and he writes for the Philadelphia News, he basically said that we've witnessed the passing of the torch, and that is Claude Giroux has taken over for Sidney Crosby as the best player in the world. We know that didn't happen. Well, there are some people, including Adam Shine of CBS Sports, who said that Ovechkin now is overtaking Crosby, which I have to shake my head at. So, Will Graves, you grew up watching the Capitals. You never thought you'd see this day. Where do you put Alex Ovechkin right now?
I mean, this is the defining moment of his career. He is the greatest goal scorer of his generation. He's one of the greatest goal scorers of all time. And, I mean, the way that he played in the playoffs was a Evgeny Malkin, 2009 type performance. And the way he sort of took the lead every time they needed a big moment for the first time in his career, he came through. This, to me, is sort of the equivalent of the Braves winning the World Series in '96. They were good for a long time. They got one. This is the one I think he gets. And as social media would tell you, they seem to be enjoying it.
Yeah, he's got one cup, and Crosby has three. So hey, they've each got probably, 6, 7 years left in their career, maybe 8 or 9, depending on how healthy they stay and how long they decide to stay in this country and not go back to Mother Russia in Ovechkin's case. So who does what over the second half of their career? Does Ovechkin win 2 more cups at some point along the line? Then maybe we can talk Crosby versus Ovechkin, but I think Crosby at this point is still the #1 player of his generation. I don't think there's much question about that. You want to call Ovechkin number 2 now because he finally got the cup and, as Will put it, the crowning achievement? Okay, I'll accept that.
I think that if you're going to compare him to somebody on the Penguins, shouldn't it be Phil Kessel? I mean, they're 2 completely different players. I mean, Crosby and Ovechkin. I don't understand the comparisons in so many different ways. One guy is just a sniper and a goal scorer, and that's what he does, and he's better than anybody that's really ever done it. And the other guy is a great all-around player, and he's probably better than, he's definitely better than anyone that has played, during his time, and he might be better or as good as anybody that's ever done that before.
Real quick.
I think it's telling that nobody's talking about a Caps dynasty. They're not wondering if they're going back-to-back.
Well, they don't even have a coach. Barry Trotz may not come back.
I mean,
Who knows?
I think that's sort of telling the difference between sort of Sid and Gino. Sid wins 1. Well, Sid's got to win 5 more. I'm sorry, I said Sid and Ovi. And then Ovi wins 1, and good, he won it. That's it. I think that's sort of the difference in terms of what the expectations for both those players are.
I have about 1 minute before we get to our smooth moves of the week. But, Chris, I want to ask you this one. Marc-Andre Fleury, I thought, enhanced his Hall of Fame credentials by doing what he did this year with an expansion team, albeit his final wasn't very good. A lot of people say because his final wasn't very good, that hurts his chances. I think he's already a Hall of Famer. Where do you sit on this?
I don't know if he's a surefire Hall of Famer yet, Pomp. I think a lot of people are going to question the last 2 cups that he won with Pittsburgh and his role in those because Matt Murray was just as much at the forefront. But I will agree with you in that there's nothing this postseason that hurt his credentials as a Hall of Famer. Without Marc-Andre Fleury, I don't think they passed Winnipeg into the Stanley Cup final.
He got an expansion team to the Stanley Cup final.
End of story.
Full stop. I mean, period. And he's still got, probably 5, 6, 7 years left in his career. He's probably going to be, over 500 wins before he's done or in that neighborhood.
Paul?
I can't disagree with that. I mean, I think he's a Hall of Famer already, and if he wasn't, what he did this postseason probably puts him there. Okay.
Well, we all agree. A lot of disagree, but they want to make that. Those are the anti-Fleury guys, the same ones who were booing him, wanting him out of town when he went through his hardship times here, and the ones who were cheering him when he was about to leave. Anyway, now it's time for our Smooth Moves segment of the week, and Smooth Moves is brought to you by Armina Stone, supplier of the smoothest granite, marble, and quartz countertops you're going to find in Pittsburgh. Check out Armina Stone. So let's get your Smooth Moves. Paul Zeise, your Smooth Move of the week.
Well, I mean, I think I got to go with the most obvious smooth move, and that is getting the cup, the monkey off his back, Alex Ovechkin, and Barry Trotz, for that matter, and the Capitals and the city of Washington. So all of that combined, I thought it was a really telling thing when Ovechkin finally got the cup in his hands, how just the emotions on his face and really of that team. So congratulations to them.
For me, I said it last time I was on, the day after the Preakness. Shout out to Justify for winning the Triple Crown. To go be unbeaten, to face 9 guys. People did not run and hide from him in the Belmont. That home stretch is long. I have been there and covered it. Amazing horse. Maybe not an all-time great, but certainly just a dynamic talent. Congrats to Bob Baffert.
It's got to go to the Golden State Warriors. 3 out of 4 years, even if they are an all-star team, they knew what to do to go out and solidify that when they got Durant. And look, you can't stop this team at this point. I understand they went up against LeBron and a bunch of other guys, but they are the team of the era in the NBA. So Golden State, smooth move this week.
All right, coming up, we'll talk about LeBron James and his future. But our Smooth Moves is brought to you by Armina Stone. When you want the smoothest countertops you can find in this area, check them out. They give you the smoothest countertops of granite, marble, whatever else you need. Score a touchdown with new granite from Armina Stone. We'll be right back.